everyone, welcome to TalentSprint. I'm Sylvia and I'm here to share with you your daily dose on verbal aptitude. In this video, we will look at how to improve English language to get job ready. Well, I don't have to reiterate the importance of the English language. We get to pay attention to this only at the time of applying for a job. When you're preparing for an interview, when you want to present something, or when you have to really sell yourself, or otherwise when you're trying to travel abroad. Now, in order to master any language, it is important for you to know to read, write, speak, and listen effectively. Now, reading and listening are receptive skills, while speaking and writing are productive skills. What do I mean by this? Now, in a conversation, right, you need to listen first in order to respond appropriately. So you listen and then you speak. Or when you have to report to someone, or you have to write an email or write an assignment, you read the email, you read some material, and then you write back. So if you see, a productive skill is an outcome of a receptive skill. So in this video, we will look at how to integrate the productive and the receptive skills to ensure we improve on our English language. Now, the first skill that we're going to look at is listening, which is a receptive skill. Now, some of the strategies that you can use to improve listening is, to begin with, the first strategy is listen to podcasts or songs. Now, podcasts could be, these 2 to 3 minute small conversations or talk about a particular theme or a subject. Now, while you're doing this, it's important if you can identify new words, phrases, and record them. So for later use or future reference, it'll be easier for you to recollect them as you've jotted it down. The second thing that you can do when it comes to listening is record your own voice. Now, this is great, especially when you're preparing for interviews, right? You can practice recording responses for hypothetical questions like, what is your strength? Or what is your weakness? In doing so, what you end up doing is evaluating yourself on pronunciation, your rate of speech, the choice of words that you use, vocabulary, and even your voice modulation, right? Your intonation. Are you sounding conversational? So that's a great way of improving your listening, which again will improve your overall communication. The third strategy that you can use for listening is shadowing. Now, what is this shadowing? Let's say you pick an interesting movie dialogue, right, or a scene. What you need to do is you repeat what you've heard, right? So shadow word to word. You listen and then you repeat. While doing the shadowing, it improves your active listening skills, thereby enhancing your ability to react appropriately. So these are 3 things that you can keep in mind when it comes to listening. Let's move to our next receptive skill, which is reading. Now, you've heard people time and again say, read a lot of newspapers, watch a lot of English news. I will not discount that. So one of the first strategies that you should do, of course, is read or watch good English programs, especially with subtitles. Or you can also pick up good articles, blogs, right? Pick up good authors that have good vocabulary. That's the first thing you can do. The second thing you can do when it comes to reading is do theme-based reading. What is theme-based reading? Now, theme-based reading is, let's say, you're interested in particular topics. It could be politics, it could be sports, it could be fashion. So if you're someone who's interested in sports, pick up a sports journal or a sports article. So you will be familiar with words associated to that particular theme, right? When it comes to politics, let's say high treason or ballot. These are words associated with politics. Or when it comes to fashion, flamboyant, corset, right? These are words associated with fashion. So that's one strategy you can apply when it comes to reading, theme-based reading. This again expands your vocabulary and your overall communication skills. Let's move to our productive skills. The first productive skill that we will look at is speaking. Now, speaking again, one of the things that you can apply is, you've heard people say, people would have advised you saying, stand in front of a mirror and speak. You can apply this strategy, especially when you're preparing for the interviews. Let's say, you say your strength is, I'm a good team player, right? So frame questions like, did you do something different that makes you think you're a good team player, or can you recollect an instance that actually helps support that you're a good team player? So when you kind of speak about the responses to these questions, that in itself helps you come up with logical structure to your responses. The second thing that you can do when it comes to speaking is speak to a friend or a colleague. Identify someone who will hold you accountable and who will correct you when you make mistakes. The third thing that you can do when it comes to speaking is start thinking in English, right, rather than your first language. Most of us are very comfortable thinking in our first language. So when you have to plan for yourself, or when you have to solve a problem, or when you're trying to recollect a past behavior, start thinking in English. The last thing that you can do when it comes to practice speaking irrespective of accuracy. What I mean is focus on fluency, right? Don't worry about the accent. Focus on intonation and the choice of words that you use. So this is extremely important because people are less tolerant of numerous mistakes, especially when you stammer and stutter and you find it a struggle to come up with a word to express yourself. So focus on fluency, just speak. It doesn't matter if you end up making one or two grammatical mistakes. It's absolutely fine. The last productive skill that we will look at is writing. Now, one of the first strategies that you can use for writing is to maintain a journal. Write every day in English. You don't have to worry about what to write. Just think of instances that you encounter during the day, right? Maybe you met someone interesting, describe their personality. Or you can talk about observations that you made, during the day, right? Maybe you're waiting for a bus or waiting for an auto. You can just put down those instances. Or just talk about the learnings that you've had during the day or the accomplishments that you've made during the day. The second strategy that you can apply when it comes to writing is dictate what you hear. Again, you're watching your favorite sitcom or a song or a movie dialogue, right? So repeat word after word what you hear. This again will improve your overall fluency, and you'll be able to identify expressions which can make conversation more effective and meaningful. So with applying these strategies while speaking, learning, reading and writing, I'm sure you'll be able to improve your English, and of course, getting a job is no longer going to be a challenge for you. That's all we have for this lesson. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'll be back with more videos on verbal aptitude. Until then, keep practicing and take care.